Jeff Wilson here with Steve Mowry. Steve, you are fighting Shaun Teed at Bellator 249 coming up on October 15th. Man, super excited to see you as an undefeated heavyweight. How excited are you about to get that signed up and ready to go?
Really excited, especially because last couple times I was supposed to fight didn't end up happening. So, I'm really looking forward to all the preparation I've been doing, finally going to be able to put it on display.
It's awesome to see you fight. We're excited to see it again. You typically come out to the same walkout song. What's your song they come out to?
If I was an amateur, I'd come out to the song Alive by POD. Well, especially the nature of the lyrics really put me in a place where, one, coming from a place of gratitude, remembering, just how lucky I am able to get to do this, but also coming from a place of, the chorus of the song, I feel so really pretty accurately sums up how I feel when I fight, which is a lot of things. But I guess in a word, I would say alive.
It probably puts you in a very present moment, just as getting punched in the face might do. That's amazing. Listen, I know you to be a very cerebral type fighter, and we talk a lot about the meta aspects of fighting. And before we got on here today, we were talking about strategy, innovation, evolution, and tactical things in the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division there's not a ton of guys at that 200, 250-pound level with a level of skill that you guys have. You guys all seem to kind of train together or know people of, that have trained together. When you're preparing for someone like a CFFC heavyweight champ like Shaun, how do you merge tactics, strategy, and without giving away all your secrets, evolution and innovation in order to make sure what you did the last time isn't the thing that gets figured out and solved?
I think that I would say for me that the more sharp your fundamentals are, the harder it is to have your skill set kind of be exploited. So that said, whoever does their stuff better, whoever does more basic things better is typically the person who wins. So I would say that, I don't really get caught up in whether or not my opponent is going to be able to make an adjustment to beat me. What I think about is, I do the stuff as best as I can possibly do and try to be as conditioned as a state as I can possibly be, but also mentally be in a state where I'm prepared to, go and do the hard stuff whenever it's necessary. And that's what will bring you to the win. It's not even so much with an opponent in mind as much as it is personal accountability, not just to the hard work, but also to the craft.
I love the answer, by the way. Thank you. How do you make sure you're continuing to evolve as a fighter?
I'm obviously very passionate about getting to compete. So I would say that for me, one thing I tend to do is study myself, try to see what I do that I could do better. But also, I try to, get creative and keep it fun. I like to study really good guys. And even if you'll find, I think that you can study, the greats of the sport and the greats of, other combat sports. And even if you're learning, appropriately, you might not always pick something up that you're going to incorporate yourself, but you'll at least learn something to the point where you know about it, which is, I think, a big component of the game.
Can you think of a time back early in your career when you had to do something different in a fight in order to win?
I was an amateur and I was boxing. And I'd already had an MMA fight scheduled, but 10 days before that MMA fight, I got asked if I wanted to box that weekend against a southpaw. And I don't think I had any consistent southpaw training partners, let alone heavyweights. And I think so. For my big thing where I had to really on the fly make an adjustment was in that fight. I was used to being able to stay long, throw 1-2s, but in that fight it just was not working in the first round. But I started to go to his body towards the end of the first, and it really started to pay dividends in the second round. And I was able to put him away.
I remember my first time squaring off against a southpaw, and you just keep jabbing each other's hands, and it's so awkward and ridiculous. I think pros are different. You're always trying to figure out a way, either through feinting or faking or what you're having, to figure out a way to win. How is that present in the moment in a fight?
I guess you kind of already your setup. You have to drill your setups almost as much as you have to drill the execution of what it is you're trying to do. And that's where that's where learning the greats of other disciplines, I think that's where that comes into play. So, in an MMA fight, you're probably not gonna snap someone's collar and shoot a double leg under, but you can learn the principles of what a collar snap does to set up a double, and you can learn to make that apply to an MMA fight, if that makes sense.
No one drills setups unless you're a pro and you realize the importance of it. I love that so much. Man, I know it's a busy day for you today. You are fighting Sean Tweed on October 15th at Bellator 249. I love the meta talk. I'll be excited to see you in there. Go get that knockout or the Kimura, whichever it is, comes your way. Thanks so much for taking the time. You got any sponsors you want to thank?
I'd like to thank, as always, I'd like to thank Thrasher Hemp Chews. I'd like to thank Candy Shop Snake Farm, and I'd like to thank Beer Wisconsin. We've got other things in the work too, sponsor-wise, but we're going to have to wait till fight day to see what's going on.
Fantastic, man. Excited to see you October 15th, Bellator 249. Guys, don't miss it.